Are you working? There we go. Hello and welcome to the stream. Hope you're all having a good day today. We are back with the Highlander campaign. So, yeah, last session we had the big fight with the hag, and that was it, really. It was just the tail end of that fight. We looted the place. I got some explosives. It was a good time all around. I'm going to move some stuff around a bit. Yeah. So this week we are back, and we are going to continue on from where we were. Let me have a look here. Drop that there. I'll do. All right. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and undeafen and call, and we're going to get underway.
Either half-elf or something?
Or
halfling? Oh.
I had halfling in mind.
I don't remember.
We're live.
Could be halfling. Oh, hello everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was it, Tartaros, though?
I think it was a half one.
Maybe a
think so.
halfling. I don't remember.
Yes, I think we probably made a joke about this height being about the same,
Yeah.
but it just became white.
Indeed. Well, hello, stream. How's
Hello.
everybody doing?
It's going
Not very
good.
often.
All right. So last session we beat up a witch and Hawthorne got explosives, which definitely isn't going to go badly.
And poison.
Oh yeah, I got poison. I forgot about that.
That's
Yeah?
That's never going to be a bad
I
idea.
don't know what's more worrying, the fact that I got explosives or the fact that I got poison.
No, the obvious one with you is the explosives.
Absolutely. But like,
Like I'm part of the party and I'm concerned about the explosives
all right.
because this is the party which is known for fire and fire and
Explosives.
Oh,
We can
God.
cause so much chaos.
we are pyromaniacs.
I mean, would you have it any other way?
Oh no, never.
Oh, dear
Right.
Lord.
I also, and I'm very happy that we're starting the session this way, we currently have a hut in a hut.
Oh yeah,
You
we
have a
tiny
hut.
hut in the hut. I forgot about that. The
You have a
best.
hut.
Hut hut.
I love hut squared.
You see, if you had a tiny hut and a tiny hut and a tiny hut, eventually you get a 10 hut.
Is it like a Russian dollhouse of tiny hut?
Oh my god. Right,
Jesus.
I need my dice.
Sorry, Jadaji.
I'm gonna play with my new light up dice because I'm a child. These are so cool. Okay.
I'll let you know that I refrained from making the stupidest joke imaginable just now.
Oh,
Oh. Please do.
please, please, do it.
I'll say, if we're talking about what the hut does, are we talking about the Jabba the Hutt?
Hey.
Told you it's the stupidest joke imaginable.
Alright, stream's over. Go home.
Alright, hope you all like the stream.
Oh no! Something has magically silenced Tartaros for the rest of the stream.
Oh no. The
Oh,
hut was very.
no.
The witch's hut has fell on Coda's hut. Hut.
Alright, I'll unserver mute Tartaros now.
I was gonna say, I can't believe you server muted him. That's some...
Well.
I didn't even realize.
The injustice.
I'm the DM, there's no injustice here. I am justice.
Why do I suddenly have less hit points than I did before?
Weird.
Don't worry
Weird.
about it.
Alright, we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons, right? We should do that.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing we should do.
So yes, after defeating this witch and her pets, and looting the hut and its contents with a vial of extremely deadly, extremely rare, extremely expensive poison, as well as an unknown vial that you haven't managed to identify yet. and one more vial that I believe empowers spells.
Yeah.
You have a couple of some decent loot, and decided to finally take a long rest in the hut in a hut.
In a hut, in a hut.
Shut up.
Why do I have 3 potions?
There
Sorry.
were a couple of potions
Oh, okay.
healing in the witch's hut as well.
Cool.
But yeah. You'll wake up the next day as the hut dissipates, and I need perception checks from everybody, please.
Oh god. Let's see here.
Ooh, net 20.
Perception 22 total.
20 total. We're very perceptive this morning.
We are. What does our
Well, except for-
perceptiveness find us?
Except for Kesef.
I think
Kesef must have had a rough sleep.
I'll say the three of you notice as you all start to wake up the door of the hut is slightly ajar, and as you sort of look over to it, a figure swiftly pulls away from the doorway, sees you, backs up, and like hides behind the door.
Were we able
This-
to notice about the general size?
What was that?
Are we able to notice anything about the figure besides like its general size?
Definitely shorter. Maybe about as tall as Tartarus was before he grew. And you just saw a flash of like brown, maybe fur. That's all you saw, and really before it ducked behind the door.
I kind of just sigh and go, buddy, we saw you.
At that, a pair of eyes pokes back around the door, and fully opens it and steps out, and you see a small, like a younger boy, a young furbolg. So he's got this sort of like long, like cow-like ears that are brown-furred, a brown-furred fuzzy face with sort of a cow pig-like nose, but it's not like a snout, it's flat against the face. Brown fur covering the body, along with like a simple like hide robe tunic and like a little staff that he's carrying in 2 hands. And he just sort of steps out from around the door and says, hi. Where'd you guys come from?
That's that is a long story. I don't know.
What was that, Coda?
That's a loaded question. We've come back.
That's a very loaded question. The least you know, the better.
Oh, okay. Did you guys stop the mean witch lady?
Yeah.
How did you?
How did you guys know her?
Well, she's been in the area for a while, and she was really dangerous. My parents, we live with the rest of our clan, not too far from here, and deeper in the woods. But she was really messing with my family and stuff. And yeah, if you guys got rid of her, that's like super nice. I thank you.
That's okay. Is it dumb question? Out here alone?
Sorry, you broke up for me. What was that?
I was asking, is it safe for you to be out here alone?
Yeah. I mean, I've lived here my whole life, so like I know the territory. I know where I'm going. I heard last night the sounds of. I mean, I guess you killing her. It was kind of loud, so I wanted to investigate.
I look at Hawthorne at that point.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, we made some noise, didn't we?
Usually, if it's noise, I look at him.
Yeah, that would be me. I kind of look at you, kid, and it's like, how far away is your village, your home?
Well, it's not really a village. We don't like to stay in one place, so we move around a lot, that type of thing. We don't really like to live we just try to stay away from people, you know? Just sort of live on our own in the woods. It's nice, I like it.
Absolutely. Would you be willing to take us to your clan?
I'm not supposed to bring strangers to the clan. I did that once, I got in trouble. Wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I understand that.
But I can definitely like lead you guys back to the road. I don't know if you guys know how to get there. We usually try and avoid the road because again, the whole strangers thing. But I know how to get to the road.
You know, if you could lead us back to the edge of the road, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, no problem. Anything for the guys who got rid of the mean witch lady.
Absolutely, we really appreciate it.
Of course. If you guys are ready, you can follow me.
Can I? Is there like a role I can do to be like? I mean, just I don't know. Paranoia. Is there a way I could check like the trust of this guy? I mean, he seems.
Yeah. That'd be an insight check for me, please.
Oh, I trust him. It's an 8. I trust him.
I mean, he seems like a kid. He doesn't have much to lie about, as far as you can tell. Just seems like a kid.
I mean,
Fine,
I'm playing classic Hawthorne. He's just like, yeah, sure, this makes sense. He just accepts it.
Like, why not?
Man's got a wisdom score of 12. He's not exactly that wise. He's just kind of happy-go-lucky. You know what? Sure, I'm sure this kid won't lead us into trouble.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I
Really.
mean,
To the road we go.
Indeed.
yeah. And he does lead you through the forest. You watch as he moves. He moves fairly silently through the brush, like he knows how to move silently and carefully, not disturb too much of the thicket around him. And after a quick 5-10 minute walk, faster than any of you would have been able to do alone, except for maybe Kesef. He leads you pretty much exactly where you all separated from the road. And yeah, he sort of stands at the edge and says, "See? Told you I knew where it was."
Good job, kid. You did good.
Thank you.
Is there anything we can quickly thank you with? Like, I don't know. Obviously, some don't care for it. Do you care for rewards and money and that sort of thing?
Oh, no. This is for you guys killing the bad witch lady. I don't need anything. Thanks, though.
If you're sure.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate the help, kid.
Just
What's
sort
What's your name, by the way? We never got your name.
My name? Oh, you can call me Teb.
Teb.
Lovely
Yes.
to meet you, Teb.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. Don't get to meet many people, but it's okay. I like it sometimes. Well, bye! And he just turns and he just sprints into the thicket.
He was sweet. At that point, I kind of look around and go, which way are we meant to be going through this forest?
I spoke after my insight check. I turned to the group and go, definitely evil.
Right, can I do a history check to try and remember which way we left the path when we went looking for Coda?
I mean, that'd be more of a survival check, but
Survival?
Kesef is also the GPS.
Yes,
yeah,
it's the GPS. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, for the
Follow
sake of it, yeah, ignore me. Hawthorne knows nothing. That was a 2 on the survival check.
Yeah,
I kind of just,
knows.
like, I just look around and look at Cass and it's like, well, which way are we going?
Like, Hawthorne's like making it seem like he's all important and mighty, and then he just has that realization, and it's like,
I'm kind of still in the middle of the path. It's like, all right, clan, all right, crew, let's go. Which way we're going?
My smart decision is we follow Kesef.
I've got that lovely image of Hawthorne like taking off really confidently down the path, and Kesser just goes, "It's this way."
Yep, pretty much.
Where is he going?
No one
I wouldn't
knows.
do it on that is exactly what that is.
No one knows.
Hawthorne takes off down the path. Kesef stops for a second, focuses, cocks her head, and immediately says, "Hawthorne, it's this way," and start walking in the opposite direction.
I just kind of look over. It's like, oh, okay.
I also like the idea that she just walks off, the rest of us follow her, and it takes like Hawthorne like a bit too late to realise we're going the other way. And he's got like slowly like there's like a slow jog to try and catch up.
Guys, slow down.
Amazing. But yeah, Kesef starts leading you along the road in you're pretty sure is the right direction.
Sweet.
A few hours go by and you pass a few travelers on the road. Nothing out of the ordinary. Not too dense traffic, but some traffic.
Oh, also, sorry to interrupt. Have I lost my level of exhaustion now?
Yeah, because you took that last long rest, so that long rest would knock off that level of exhaustion.
Yay!
Sweet.
So you should be good. Yeah.
Sorry.
But, yeah, you continue the whole day of travel. Things go smoothly. You think you've got about another half day's travel before you get to Hupperduke. But, yeah, you guys want to find some place to camp for the night?
Yeah, let's camp for the night and then we'll make it to Hupperduke midday tomorrow, I think.
Sounds good. Give me a survival check to see if you can find a nice place to camp.
Alright. That's a nat 20. 29.
Easily enough, you find a nice place, a nice dry, elevated ground off to the side of the road. A bit, like, still visible from the road, but away from it. And you set up camp for the night. Are you going to, Tut, I
What
assume?
kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? Of course we're going to Hut. Well, I don't talk for Coda, but
That is my hut, thank you very much. Do not proceed.
Yeah.
But, yes, if Tartarus and Kodo will hut,
wow.
I can choose who comes into this hut.
Hawthorne, you try to get into the hut and you just smack into it on the outside of it.
Ow. Ow, my nose.
Like,
Son on the other side of the tiny hut is like, what will it take for me to get in?
you just see like mood lighting. There's like a slow dip on, and we're just like completely oblivious. And it's like, yeah, no, everything's perfect.
What will it take for me to get into the hut?
Can't hear you. There's soft music and jazz going on.
15 silver.
I don't do money.
Shit, you don't. Fuck. That's Hawthorne's main bargaining power. Fuck. Like, can I do a persuasion check against Coda to see if I can get into the hut?
No, you have to use your own persuasion skills against other players.
God damn it.
And you know for a fact, if Coda finds something funny, he's gonna stick with that one.
I guess I gotta just accept my fate and I'm gonna sleep outside the hut. Actually.
He's gonna sleep.
Can I do an acrobatics check to try and climb on top of the hut?
It is a rounded sphere.
That doesn't answer my question.
It's a very high DC.
A 10-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, it's a very large sphere, so it's a very high DC, but sure.
That's a 16.
Go ahead.
That's not gonna work.
That is not enough. You try and off of a tree, get on top of it, and slide it off the side and slam
Like,
into the ground.
no. Boom.
Exactly. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
That's fair. Okay, I guess I'm sleeping outside the hut then. What the? Oh.
Alright. Hawthorne sets up camp outside the hut. Hawthorne, I assume you have to sleep at some point, so you can't really keep a watch the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, at some point, throughout the night, nothing happens, and you all get a long rest.
Hey!
Thank God.
Because I rolled very badly on those 2 encounter rolls.
Thank God.
I like the idea that all three of us come out looking amazingly refreshed. We're like, oh hey!
And I'm just like absolutely like bedraggled, covered in like leaves and grass and just a mess. And I'm like,
surrounded by massive jaguars. And
I was gonna wake up and there's 2 wolves inside of me. It's like, shit.
Yeah. Not this time, fortunately, but it was definitely more uncomfortable than you're used to. Definitely more humid, muggy, hot. Inside the hut, it's nice and cooled. Unfortunately, out here,
It specifically says the atmosphere is comfortable and dry, regardless of outside.
oh wow.
yeah. So yeah, Hawthorne had a nice, comfortable sleep out in the wilderness.
Hey, buddy! I walk out the hut, I was like, oh! That's where you were!
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize you weren't in the hut when I made it. Anyone that's not in the hut when I make the hut is barred. Sorry. Sorry.
I thought you were the bard.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Hawthorne just levels a glare at Coda and just slowly starts pulling the bagpipes out of his bag of holding. It's like,
it's weird. That glare does 3 points of psychic damage to Tartaros, even though you were aiming at a Coda.
you know,
I was
understandable.
about to be like, after that comment, I was going to be like, well, guess who's not in the hut next time?
Jesus.
Anyway, on to Hupperduke, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it, it's like, let's make it to Hupperduke. I kind of need a wash now.
For nothing.
Yeah. Using Kesef to lead the way. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, you do continue traveling down the road. A few hours go by, uneventfully, until finally up ahead you see the end of this little thicket woods you've been in. You leave the trees and you are immediately confronted by a mountain range. It's a small mountain range, but it's still a mountain range. You can see the ends of it to your left and to your right, but and you see directly ahead of you, the road leading directly up to it is the city of Hupperduke.
Thank God. I was literally just having to cross this mountain range to get to Hupperduke. It's like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
It is by a dragon, yeah.
By a dragon, I mean mountain range.
Mountain range, yeah. But yeah, you can see even from this distance, Hupperduke is a fairly large city. You can see it actually sits on 2 tiers in this mountain range, where like the second tier is on top of this large plateau, rising above the lower tier. You see large smokestacks, and anyone who knows even a little bit about the Dwendalian Empire knows that this is like the technological center of the Empire. Over another 2 or 3 hours, you get closer and closer to the city, and eventually you start to come upon the lower tier gates. They're open at the moment, and there's a fair amount of traffic going in and out that you pass by as well. A pair of Crowns guard the gates and sort of just keep an eye on both anyone leaving and anyone entering. In this case, both the Crowns guard the gates are gnomes, and you can see that it's strange. They both have blades on their belt, but one of them has a strange contraption which us players would know as a firearm. But your characters may be unfamiliar to them.
Well, I've been through here before. Would I have a vague knowledge?
I'd say not really, because I think you definitely probably bypassed Upper Duke on your way down,
Yeah, I probably would have. That
just
makes
because
sense.
avoiding the larger cities.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you give me a history check just from general knowledge. We'll see.
Sure. History's a +3. That's a 4, so 7. Yeah, I know. Fuck all.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what they are, unfortunately.
So, am I right in saying that this is pretty much like a city in the mountain?
It's more like on the mountain. You see that there's no. It's a on the and as you get closer, you see this lower layer, this lower tier is made up of large like warehouse-sized buildings and large like yards where you can see countless gnomes, dwarves for the most part, although a smattering of other peoples as well. Building these like large siege machinery like trebuchets, catapults, that type of thing. See, it's a and plus there's also large like smithies and forges and stuff like that. As you sort of walk through this lower tier, eventually you get to the wall of the mountain or the plateau, and you see on the down this main thoroughfare as you enter the city, directly across from it, against the wall of the plateau, that there's like a lift that you see as it operates a few times as you approach, brings people up and brings people down to the upper tier of the city and from the upper tier of the city.
Okay, so this lower tier is it almost like at the foot of the mountain?
Yeah, basically. And yeah, you.
Does that seem like, is it a place kind of case like where like the lower tier is more of like a cultural divide? I don't know how the city works. Like, is that there's like a privileged like richer upper tier, or is it just that they different tiers serve different purposes?
Give me a perception check.
17.
17. I mean, looking around this, as far honestly, from what you're viewing now, this lower tier, there doesn't seem to be any like residential area. Like, you don't see anywhere where people could live. It mostly seems like these warehouses and, you know, forges and smithies and these construction yards, that type of thing. You're not sure if maybe deeper around the mountain as it curves, maybe somewhere around there, but as far as you can tell, there's no residential area on this lower tier.
Oh, so it's all just very industrial stuff.
Yeah, it seems like as far as you can tell.
Okay.
So, is there anywhere where we can see where there's like stores or shop fronts or stuff like that, businesses where we can trade?
As far as you can tell, on this lower tier, no. You see the vast majority of the few people who are going up and down, like, who are coming into and out of the city, are moving up and down from the upper to lower tier, that are using that, like, lift for the most part. You don't see many, like, stray merchants or travelers sticking around in the lower tier.
Also, this is gonna be a real dumb question, but it's just because obviously it's been a while since. What was our... I feel bad for asking this. What was our original purpose for coming to Huppaduke?
It was on the way home. This is the most direct route back to Nicodranas.
Okay, so okay, cool.
We're going home, basically, after being teleported halfway across the continent.
Yes.
At which point
most
we
of
pick
the
up...
way across the continent.
Yeah. I kind of glance at the others and say, looks like it's probably in our best interest to get up the elevator.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing for us to do here in the lower part, absolutely, yeah, I'd say so.
Alright, you guys approach the lift. You see it's manned by, well, in this case, womaned by a single gnome wearing the Crown's Guard armor. You see she has a blade at her belt and one of those contraptions as well. And you see she pulls a lever, sends the lift up with a, you know, group of people. It's a fairly large lift. Like, it can fit probably at least 2 wagons side by side with 2 horses. So Not pull the lever, Kronk. No, that'd be
Wrong
bad.
lever.
But yeah, she sort of looks a little bored, but sort of says, "Next." Hits the lever, goes up, comes down. Once more, and finally it's your turn up. She says, "Ugh. New to the city, heading up to the upper tier."
We are,
Yeah.
yes.
Alright, well, have any of you been here before?
No.
Can't say we have.
Alright, well, if you're looking for food, drink, and a place to stay, the Fizzing Wheel is a good place. Just a few blocks from where you'll come up from the elevator, or the lift, rather. Good place for food, drink, and a few rooms to stay in. Don't make trouble, and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day.
Anything else we should know about this place?
Anything else you can tell us?
She sort of thinks for a second, and you see like a little smirk, and she says, "Well, just enjoy your night." And she sort of just smiles a little bit and sort of gestures for you to get onto the platform.
Okay, we get on the platform, and just before the platform goes up, we're gonna look at the others, being like, "That was a bad thing, right? That was bad."
And then the
Absolutely.
lever gets pulled, and you start rising up.
Whee!
Whee! SpongeBob, welcome to the stream.
Oh.
Which, considering we have had moments where we have been attacked in taverns and everything.
Fairness, that was Shady Creek. I don't think that's going to happen here.
Well,
And besides, I'm prepared for it this time.
based on what that he said, enjoy the night. All I'm saying, I'm locking the door twice.
It's very fair. But yeah, the lift rises. You get a decent view of this lower tier as you rise up, and you can look out. Yeah, it's very industrial. A lot of work being done, a lot of large construction and equipment projects. Just countless people working on various things. But eventually the lift rises up, and you get to the upper tier of Hupperduke.
Nice.
This, you can see, it looks more like a town. More very clearly residential with shops and stores. Oddly enough, for this time of the afternoon, it's not super busy. There aren't too many people in the streets. A few, just a few, looks like locals must be walking around. If you see a few pairs of crown guards doing patrols. But yeah, slow, but looks like a nice little residential, but still, large industrial area. Much more what you're used to compared to the lower tiers of Hupperduke.
Hey,
But what's the plan?
based on what I guess Hawthorne was looking before, and seeing that this is an industrial thing, I think it'd be good to try and maybe find an armory/weapons shop.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for.
Maybe. What are you guys doing?
I'm looking around to see if I can see anywhere that sells weapons, armor, gear, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just from the entrance, give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You sort of start to just head into, the sort of town proper, city proper of, lost my train of thought, sorry. You start to head into the city proper of Hupperduke, looking around, keeping an eye out. You do see a few, smithies with, dwarven and gnomish figures hunched and working over, open, forges. Seems to be a lot of work being done, though, and not so much selling. Even if you stop by a few of them, they sort of quickly and brusquely but politely wave you away as they could go back to their work. But eventually you do what seems to be a sort of general weapons shop, if you will. But yeah, if you'd like to enter, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys head inside. You open up lots of various swords, maces, axes lined against the wall, and sitting behind the counter, sort of chin in hand, looking pretty bored, honestly. An orcish man stands there, tusks sticking out, darker green skin, bald head, just sitting with hand and chin, and sort of jolts up as you guys walk in and says, "Ah, guests, customers, welcome, welcome. I'm Grood. This is my shop. We sell the finest weapons in all of Hupperduke. Get them straight from the smiths, and you know how good the smiths in the area are. Well, what can I do for you? Looking for anything specific? Axes, hammers, swords, blades?"
I was gonna I don't know if you know. The guards here. They have this weird. It looks like a weapon, but I've never seen it before.
You must be talking about the firearms.
Firearms?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it looks
they're
like, like fire.
Oh God. Yeah. They're these tubes that shoot out these little pellets that hurt a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're like long-range weapons. They're relatively new. Very rare to find them. Unfortunately, I don't have any on me.
It's a
They're
shame.
mostly kept for the Crown's Guard and sent off to aid the armies of the Dwendalian Empire.
Okay.
Makes
You
sense.
could slight disappointment because when he had like long range, Coda liked the idea of that. And it's like, oh, okay. But he's
I kind of take a step forward and it's like, so you don't have anything in the way of those firearms. Do you have anything in the way of crossbows?
Well, yeah, definitely. I got whatever you're looking for. I got hand crossbows, heavy crossbows.
I kind of slowly take my hand crossbow off my hip and put it down in front. I was like, you got anything that's better than this for hand crossbows?
He sort of takes a look at your basic hand crossbow and says, "Oh well, sure, I got a lightly magical crossbow. I could probably give to you. Minor enchantment, nothing too crazy. I don't have any too enchanted weapons. Not really my specialty. I mostly focus on the good material. But yeah, I think I have a small hand crossbow I could give to you. Here, hold on a second." And he walks over to the wall where you see a few crossbows hung up. Takes one off, inspects it, and hands it over to you. You see it's a very nicely made, beautifully carved wooden bits, the carved runes in the metallic bits. Looks like a very nice, well-made weapon.
Very nice. I kind of look back at him and was like, so how much are you asking for?
For this, well, there's the fine craftsmanship plus the enchantment on it.
You wouldn't happen to know what the enchantment is, would you?
Yeah, makes it a little easier to hit. Does a little more damage. Out of game, it's a +1 weapon. Basically.
Ah, gotcha. Cool. I figured that's what it was.
Yeah. I could probably part with it for I'd say 900 gold pieces.
Eesh. Ooh, that's a little bit out of my wallet, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, the enchantments, the magical items do cost a bit harder to get. You understand?
Oh, I absolutely do.
He does look over to Kessev and say, "Well, as far as swords, I don't got much more different than what I had for your friend over here. I got another similarly enchanted and well-made weapon. Same price about. For a short sword, be closer to about 800. For a long sword, probably about 1,000 for the same enchantment type weapon. But
So like
other than that, I've
similar for a rapier.
a rapier of the same make. It would also be about 900.
How much is a platinum piece worth in gold?
I think that's worth, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sitting here with a total of 839 at the moment.
So, and then what would you what do you have in the way of, like, does he have any, like, armor, or is it more weapon?
This guy that you found is mostly weapons.
Okay. God, I know I don't do melee much, but I probably should. I'm just thinking. Yeah. Can I, if it's alright, can I have one of the rapiers that you were talking about?
Yeah, one of the the +1 rapiers, or just a regular rapier.
+1.
Alright, so that's 900 gold pieces.
So I would pop 9 platinums. Oh no, sorry, it says 1 platinum is 10 GP.
Oh yeah, 1 platinum is 10, my bad. I misspoke. Sorry, that's my bad.
Ah, okay, then I don't have enough. I thought, because I was thinking platinum is 100, yeah.
No, yeah, 1 platinum is 10.
If only, I'd be selling like 2,000 gold right now.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
That's why I was like, oh, maybe with the platinums. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I haven't.
My apologies. Or rewind that back. But, but yeah,
I kind of look at the guy and
anything
like,
else?
are you interested in buying some stuff off us, or do you not do that kind of deal?
It depends on what you got. What are you selling?
A few old ranged weapons that I don't really use much, and I kind of take my old short bow out and put it down in front of him.
It takes a look at it. It's pretty basic. It says, I can give you maybe a gold for this.
You know, for that much, I'll just keep a hold of it.
Sorry about that.
No, Bob. No need. I appreciate the offer.
Is there anything else I can help you find guests with?
Yeah, no, I'm not probably going to be anything that would be different to what we've got. I mean, out of character, is there any difference, like, with the rapier? It's like a 1d8 +2, and I'm guessing, like, because it's a finesse weapon, maybe that's why I've got it. Would there be another melee weapon probably do me better than a standard rapier, like a standard something else?
Probably not.
Okay. Because I can't remember where to see what weapons I'm proficient in. Oh, proficiency is a language. That would probably do it. Longsword and short. I don't know if that would be any different.
The longsword's the same 1d8 unless you wield it two-handed, but that is also using your strength rather than your dexterity.
Which I do not.
Yeah, and the short sword will be a d6 plus your dex, because it's also a finesse weapon, so it'd actually be a little less.
Okay, if I remember correctly, I gave my crossbow over to Hawthorne, yes?
Yeah, I've got a spare hand crossbow in my inventory right now.
Okay, because you were planning to have 2, weren't you?
I was hoping to find an artificer and have him enchant them with the auto-loading augment thing on them.
I actually think I want to buy my own. Make sure I've got a crossbow, so I'd like to buy a standard crossbow, please. If that's okay.
Buy a standard crossbow? Yeah, no problem. He just walks over to the wall, takes off a standard crossbow. He says, would you like a light or like a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, or a heavy crossbow?
A light crossbow, please.
Okay, takes it off the wall, hands it over, and says that'll just be about 30 gold.
30 gold? Yep, that is absolutely.
It says I'll throw in 20 bolts for free along with that as well.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
No problem. Hands you the ammunition. You have a light crossbow.
Yay. After that. I have no idea what's the difference between a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, and a heavy one, and standard stuff.
Damage, range, stuff like that.
I'm gonna go on a limb because I've just searched light crossbow, and it's gonna be my options are a dragon wing light crossbow and a ruidium light crossbow.
There should just be regular crossbow light.
No, there isn't. Maybe if I just search crossbow, then it will be like
yeah.
crossbow. Because I was like, oh hello. Crossbow bomber light. That would.
There you go.
Let me see the difference. The heavy one would be two-handed.
Yeah, that is
Light one's two-handed as well.
true.
Oh, it is. Oh, but the heavy one's more expensive. It's pretty much the main difference and does a bit more damage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with my light crossbow.
Alright.
Cool, thank you.
No problem. He nods and says, pleasure to do business. Anything else I can help you find folks with?
Let's sort of sit for a second and just got to think and go, you wouldn't happen to know anyone that's good at sort of enchanting gear, do you?
He sort of chuckles a little bit and says, if you're looking for any type of enchanting or tinkering or anything like that, you've come to the right place. You can find a lot of people like that in this city, but I have a friend owns his own little magic tinkering shop. Name's Sizzle Springtime. You can find him over at Sizzle Surprise, not too far away from here, a block or two over, towards the east side of the city.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Just pardon him his eccentricities, if I may give you a warning.
Oh, no need. I'm sure we'll get on well.
And then he looks over at Keston and says, Armor, you can go further down this street. Good friend of mine, we usually get most of our materials and stuff from the same people. Nice to have friends who can complement your business. Tobar, down the road at his little shop, he can supply you with some basic armors, similar to what I've got. But, unless there's anything else you'd like to ask our friend Grood?
Is there anything else we should know about this thing?
He sort of thinks for a second and says, you all haven't been here before?
No.
Can't say we have, no.
Sort of nods, gives that same little smile and says, you just have a great night.
Okay, context, please.
With that, Coda definitely out here like, it's bad, right?
If you say context, he just sort of smiles and says, you all have a great day. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Tell Tobar I said hi. And he sort of dismisses you casually.
I kind of glance at Coda and just go give him a slight nod and say, thank you, well, have a good day, and just slowly back out of the store.
Like, when I'm going to look at the others being like, that's not good, right?
As I step out of the store, can I do a real quick perception check to see if there's anyone watching us? Or anything that seems out of place?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
14 plus 9, 23.
Yeah, I mean, the streets are still fairly empty at this time. The sun's getting closer to setting. The day has progressed as you've traveled through the city, gone to this place, done your haggling. Nothing seems to pop out at you as anyone paying special attention to you, watching you in any way. Seems to just be, like I said, the few people, locals, going about their business.
Alright then.
Okay. I guess we'll go for armor first if that's nearby,
Yeah.
and then we'll find this fizzle.
As we're walking about, I want to keep looking around, see if I can spot like a sort of store that sells like curiosities or like random magical items or like that kind of store, like oddities, that sort of thing. Just while we're walking about, see if I spot one.
Nothing pops out to you in this particular area at this moment. That
Okay.
seems to be like that as you continue down the road and get to the armorer's shop. Very similar setup. Armor hanging on the walls. This time, looking equally as bored as Grood was when you walked in. But this time it is a rather heavy-set brass dragonborn who's leading behind the counter, looking bored. But again, as you step in, he says, welcome. I don't get many customers this time of the day. What can I do for you, guests?
For some armor.
Well, then you've come to the right place.
Brilliant. I must say that myself, specifically, I've got a preference for the lighter style of armor. I'm looking for something with a bit more protection than the stuff I'm wearing right now.
Let me see. I do mostly specialize in the heavier sets of armor, but because I said so.
I love it.
Sorry.
That's why. But he.
Fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. Where was I? Yeah, I think I can accommodate you with that. He moves around. Unlike some of the other things, there isn't too much like leather or padded armor on the wall. But he does eventually come out from a back room with a set of studded leather. Again, very nicely well made. Runes carved into the leather, and says, this should help a bit. Give you a little more protection. Bit on the expensive side because of the bit of enchantment, but
What
you
looking
get
for?
what you pay for. For this, about probably about 1,100.
Interesting. Tell you what, I might come back
I'm
at some
happy to
point.
have you.
But I appreciate the offer, but I might come back a later time if I find myself in a position to be able to afford that.
Of course. We got a lot of different types of armor and heavy armor as well, if you prefer. But be happy to help you whenever you need.
Sort of out of character thing. Would there be anything in the price range which would be more beneficial than just my standard studded leather? Or
I think studded leather is probably the best leather armor you can get, or heavy light armor.
The
Without-
best light armor you can get.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like besides getting like the expensive like magical enforcement stuff, like
Yeah, unfortunately, stuff starts getting expensive when it starts getting magical.
yeah. One day we will find magic armor and weapons, and then life will be nice. Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you'd like to ask about, do?
I'm going to ask the same question as I have twice now. Is there anything else we should know about the city? We are new here.
I mean, if you want me to say it, I'll say it. He gives you the same exact answer that everyone else has and says, you have a great night. Enjoy yourself.
That's fine. That's all I'm checking. I am checking.
I glance at Coda again. It's like that's indicative of a pattern. If I don't say so myself.
I know. 3 is certainly a pattern. So, guys, when it hits the night,
Run.
just be careful.
Indeed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Okay. Should we go see Fizzle?
I think we should go see Fizzle.
Do you think
His name is Sizzle. Thank you very
Sizzle.
much.
Close
Oh,
enough.
fine? A Chinese
All right, we're gonna go and see Fizzle then.
Whizzle.
I'll start
Fizzle.
rolling damage.
I wandered the shop and go, hey yo, Fizzle, my dizzle, what is up in this shizzle?
Oh my god.
Out of nowhere, Hawthorne legs broke.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I kind of got the
Suddenly,
others.
5 dragons. What?
I can't help but feel that that's probably not good for the town of Hupperduke.
Or you guys.
We have been smitten down.
Anyway,
Hey Kevin, welcome in. Welcome to the chaos.
I wonder if we're going to be able to afford Sizzle. Let's see.
let's
Anyways.
see. Indeed.
As we're heading to Sizzles, I want to look around and just, or Fizzles even. Is it Fizzle or Sizzle? I've forgotten again.
Fizzle.
It's Sizzle.
Fizzle, okay. As we're walking to Sizzles, I kind of look around and I'm still looking out for my, like, curiosity store.
Oh yeah, let me roll again for that, just to see.
Do you want me to do a perception check while I'm looking for it, or?
Yeah, give me a perception check. I just rolled I guess kind of like a look
Well,
check, but
that's a 2, so 11.
unfortunately, nothing's still coming up as you travel a few blocks over to the store that you were told to go to. You see it's a bit bedraggled. Looks a little rough on the outside. There's definitely a sign hanging. And you see it's hanging. It's like it's hanging on one hinge where like you have to turn your head sideways to read it, and it says Sizzle's Surprises, and there's no door. It's just like a curtain. But yeah.
Sorry, I can't go over all. I just typed in no mic.
Let me just
Roll damage.
D12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's roll those. 77 points of damage.
We all watch his code, it just vaporizes between us.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I kind of glance and it's like, well, the orc said this is the place to go. Let's go and see Sizzle.
I'm
Like,
sure
If you spend all your money here, would that mean it's all sizzle, no steak for you?
I hate it here. We're going to die if we keep this up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh no.
The 50 points of damage.
where does this keep coming from?
The gods strike you down.
Why do they hate our? Why do the gods hate our puns that much? Someone needs to light it up.
Oh, do we now?
You're saying the wrong thing. Oh fuck.
Okay, we go into Sizzles. Go into Sizzles.
Yes.
Oh yeah, who walks through the door first?
I do. Cool. Hawthorne's.
Give
Hawthorne's
me a
gonna take the.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Plus 6. Why is it always con saves? That's an 8.
You fail. You take 9 points of fire damage as you push your way through the curtains, and there's an explosion of this purplish fire that
9 points,
scorches
right?
the front of your face. Yeah, 9.
I gotta go. Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
Yeah, the rest of you watch the flames
Boom.
explode in front of Hawthorne.
I gotta
and
take a
then you hear
step back. I gotta go at you first.
You just hear a voice come from the shop, like, "Sorry, sorry,
I
my
kind of.
bad."
I'm still a bit frazzled. I'm like, yeah, no, you're good, pal. I kind of like wipe the soot off my face and just go, hi, how's it going?
You see this like very short gnome, white hair, but you see it like coated in like soot, so it's like partially black in places. Wearing this like deep purple robe that like looks like a wizard's robe, but this man does not look like a wizard at all. Very like calloused, rough, scorched, burnt hands. And you see him just standing over, looks like 2 potions, or what were once potions, as they're now broken bottles on a counter in front of him. And you watch as he enters and sort of shoves all that onto the ground behind him and says, "Welcome. Don't get many customers around this time of day, but please come in. I'm Sizzle. This is my shop. Can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm still like wiping the soot off of my face. It's like, yeah, the orc back in the weapon store back on the main street suggested we came here. Said you're the guy for tinkering and enchanting gear.
One of many here, but yeah, I can definitely help with that, and I'm so sorry. Here, let me help. And he sort of casts a spell and casts prestidigitation and just gets rid of the soot and stuff off of your face, helping clean you up a little bit. He, however, still covered in soot, even though he has access to the spell, does not even try to clean himself up.
I kind of took a cockeyed sort of smile at that. I was like, thanks, I appreciate it. So,
okay, no problem. My bad.
Ah, you're fine.
Can I cast prestidigitation to put the soot back on Hawthorne's face?
I mean, sure.
I'm kind of smiling, and all of a sudden, boom! Another pile of smoke and soot gets into my face. I just go, "What the fuck?"
I like him better this way.
I
He
kind of
just sort
turn
of
around.
listens and says, "That doesn't usually happen."
It's like those videos, if you've ever seen them, of like someone washing the hair and someone just keeps going over and putting more shampoo on.
Yeah.
I get
Exactly what
the
it is.
feeling that Sizzle's got the perception of a slightly like cockeyed tree.
More like the one that you lightning whipped.
I didn't lightning whip a tree. That was Tartaros.
Yeah, that was me.
I would have set it on fire. Or blown it up.
Fair.
Anyway,
And I was right, by the way.
so anyways,
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
he
kind
sort
of wiped the next load of soot off my face and kind of look at the gnome, so sort of with a smile, and says, "So, what kind of stuff can you do to like weapons and armor and whatnot?"
Yeah, he sort of, while you're wiping the soot off your face, he looks over at Kesson and says, "Oh well, most people are at work this time of day. Busy. Everyone's always busy. I'm usually busy, but I still try and stay open. Sometimes we get guests like you, people who come in and adventurers from the outside. People who don't work in the city, that type of thing. So just everyone's usually busy. That's why we don't get to meet people this time of day. I'm sorry. What can I help you with?" "Oh, work, of course. What else would they be doing? That's what the day is for. Work."
Indeed. I kind of pull the old crossbow back off my hip and say, "I've got a couple of these, but ideally I'd love to be able to use 2 at the same time, but reloading is a pain. Any chance you're good with, like, making these reload themselves?"
Yes, I think I can work with this. I can do a couple of different things, different price range, different times. Kesef, yes, give me that insight roll. He says, I can either enchant it so that the crossbow reloads itself, not requiring you to do it yourself, but that it'll reload itself from your own inventory and take bolts that you have in a bolt carrier nearby. So you'll still have to have the bolts on you, but you don't have to deal with reloading it. However, and this is a bit more expensive, I could also make it create bolts of energy, so that you don't have to have bolts on it, and it'll just create bolts from nowhere, and it'll constantly fire, and you won't have to load it, and it's pretty cool, but also that's a much more expensive option. But those are the main 2 that I could do, depending on what
How
you look
much
for
does
exactly.
the energy bolts cost, of interest?
The energy bolts take about probably like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks to do, and probably be somewhere around the range of 1,600 gold pieces. I could probably do the other one in maybe 3, 4, 5 days, I'd say, and that'll cost much cheaper, maybe only about 400, 500 gold pieces, depending on the time materials needed. You understand?
Indeed, I do understand. I see.
Yes, artifice, it does take a little time to do.
I kind of glance at the rest of the crew and says, like, are we planning on being around here that long?
I mean, I don't know, but there's no reason. Like, yes, we've got reasons to get back, but 3 or 4 days to area. Awesome.
I mean, to be in civilization for the first time in weeks,
Like,
a month,
yeah.
over.
Yeah, take some time, stay in civilization for a while. Could be worthwhile. I kind of turn back to Sizzle and with a smile and say, how about 2 crossbows auto-loading? Would you do that for 600 gold?
2 for 600. Give me a persuasion check. That deal's gonna be a fairly high DC.
Persuasion.
Yes.
14.
He sort of shakes his head back and forth. Cost and material and the time. I'd have to take a little longer doing 2. For that, maybe I could throw you a little bit of a deal and do the 2 for. Combined, they'd be about generally 800. I could probably do it for maybe 750 for 2.
Oh, 700 for 2.
Let me roll a check.
You want me to do a persuasion check as well, or?
No, you don't have to. He sort of thinks about it for a second, strokes his beard with his sooted covered hand and gets it more black than white with the soot. And I'm sorry, unfortunately 750 is probably the lowest I can go. Really, this type of work, it takes time out of my day. I have to do it instead of some other things. I have to stand at 750. Yes, that's what I have to do, my friend. I'm sorry.
It's okay, I understand. I kind of glanced down at the potions on the ground and sort of looked back up and was like, are you a potion brewer as well?
Oh, yes. I dabble in a little bit. I have a few different kinds of potions and other magical items and such, if you're interested.
Well, we've actually got a potion that we came across by chance, but we weren't successful in identifying what it was. I swear I know what it is, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Would you be able to identify it for us?
He thinks about it for an instant. Yes. Free of charge. Here, let me see.
Take the unknown potion from the witch's hat and just sort of gently pass over to him.
Yeah, you watch as he grabs it, casts a spell. His eyes glow like clockwork for a second. As he examines and says, ooh, very nice. Very rare. What you have here is a potion of fire giant strength. Makes you much stronger.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Fire for about an hour.
I know that.
Fire giant strength, you said?
Yes.
Indeed, I did.
I know that one.
Am I alright to just put that into my inventory then?
You can indeed, as he hands it back to you and says, that one's on me.
Appreciate that, thank you very much. Potion of fire giant strength. Ooh.
What sort of enchantments Hawthorne wanted for the crossbow? Is that what sort of enchantments could I maybe get on my rapier or armor or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on. One second. So, are you looking for anything specific or just general?
I don't know, if it's like a weapon thing, it would be kind of cool if there would be an additional damage type, even if it could be enchanted with an element or something like that. Whilst with the armor, anything that's a bit more protective, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He sort of studies the armor, studies your equipment, and says, "Oh well, I could give them the basic like maybe basic enchantments to them. It'll take time and cost money, but depending what you like. Would you rather do the armor, weapons? What are you looking at?
What would be the cost of either?
Of either, well, what armor are you wearing specifically?
Just standard studded leather.
Studded leather. I could make the armor a little more protect you a little more, make it harder to hit you. It'd take about a week. Probably do it for 500-600 gold pieces. The rapier, make it a little easier to hit, a little more accurate. Find the weak spots in the armor better. Again, maybe about a week as well. That could probably, I could probably run you, maybe 350, 400 for that one.
Do the armor more so, but like that's the one I can't afford. Could I try to?
I'm still aside sort of thinking and kind of listening in. I kind of step forward and it's like, are there any materials locally that if we collected and provided them for you, we could get a better deal?
He sort of stops and thinks for a second and says, not so much for a basic and enchantments to the armor and weapons,
Hey, well, welcome in.
Well, but if you're looking for, there has been something I've been wanting to make for a while. It's you see, there are these creatures. They're called displacer beasts. They tend to travel in the thicket nearby. Hunting beasts isn't my thing, but if you get one of the pads, you can work with that and create a nice cape that sort of can give you that displacement ability that they have. It's very nice. It's very cool. I've never seen it in action before, and I've always wanted to make it. That or well, there is something a little more difficult than that. I need the center eye of a beholder. It's a little large, very big, but I could create. Oh, I know I can create something powerful with that. I've got this. If you ever have one of those, you should bring that to me. I need that. But yeah.
Wow.
There's just two things that come to mind. That
Today is your lucky day.
I like the idea that like halfway through the chat, Hawthorne just like takes this space and just throws it in front of him.
No, you all watch Hawthorne, and when he mentions the displacer beast, Hawthorne just gets a grin. It's just like, oh. I kind of smile and say, suppose I happen to provide you with a displacer beast tail pad.
yeah.
What's in it
So
for
you
me?
sort of like you have to interrupt him because once he starts talking about the beholder, then he starts talking about and he just kind of keeps going on and on. So you sort of stop him and halt him for a second, ask him the question. He says, "You have one? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see."
I kind of have I still have that cockeyed grin. It's like, hold on. What do we get out of this deal?
Oh well, I only want to create it. It'll take me some time, but if you give me the pad and I'd say 200 gold pieces, I could create you a magical cloak that'll can give you the abilities of this beast, this creature, to be harder to hit.
You know what? You got it. I kind of slowly pull the tail pad out, and just as I'm pulling out my bag of holding, I just sort of go, how long will this take to make?
This'll take most of my time and effort. It is creating a new magic item from scratch. It'll take a bit, maybe if I'm lucky, a week and a half. If I'm unlucky, maybe two and a half weeks. It'll take some time.
I kind of look at the others and just like, you guys alright being around town that long?
I mean, again, civilization.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a place to stay where it's not Shady Greek.
Alright then. I pull the tail pad fully out of my bag of holding and pass it over to him. It's like, this what you're looking for?
He takes it, and he just immediately, like, almost fully blanks out all of you, turns around, and disappears into the back.
Says, oh, what about the gold?
I never got my sword.
This is all. I kind of glance at the others, just like,
Oh wait. Did you think he was gonna pay you the 200 gold?
No. Like,
I've got the 200 gold in my hand. It's like, it says all the gold.
No, he doesn't care about that right now. He just disappears.
All right.
Yeah, he's just disappears.
I never got to finish. I never got to finish my side of things.
I kind of looked and it's like, I didn't expect that to happen. Sorry, guys.
That's the thing. I'm mildly disappointed because I was going to ask him the same question of anything else we need to know. Because I feel like if there was anyone who was going to give us a different answer, it was going to be him.
Also, Kesef, as far as your insight check from earlier goes, he didn't seem to be hiding anything. Just fully honest. Maybe a little crazy, but
just ever so slightly out of it.
Yeah, just a bit. But he disappears off in the back, and you just hear like the sound of things clanking, and there's a shattering sound, and stuff's happening back there.
No, what have I done? Yes, get Kesef better armor. In fairness, I'm thinking this cloak should probably go to Kesef.
Maybe. Should we hit up that place at the night?
Yeah, I say we go and get some rest.
All right. You make your way around through the empty streets. The sun's starting to set.
As we're walking, I'm still looking for a curiosity store.
Alright, I'll do one more roll. You give me one more perception check as well.
19.
Damn. Unfortunately, I've been rolling terribly on my end. Nothing pops out as you. Just some general stores, nothing crazy. A lot of them seem to be like, smaller shops compared to these sort of industrial sides like smithies and forges and lumber yards and stuff like that down in the lower tier. They're just little shops of blacksmiths working on.
I don't happen to see a furniture shop or anything like that.
A furniture shop?
I mean, I've got a very nice box.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could probably find a furniture shop, a woodcrafter's shop.
Yeah. Do you want to do a check or?
Yeah, give me a perception check. This one's a little easier, a little more common in the area. It's a craft shop.
Now I get the 22.
Yeah, you easily find one, no problem.
Is it open?
You actually see, so as the sun starts to set, you see, looks like they're closing up, but as you approach, you see a younger gnomish man, maybe like middle age, seems starting to close up, but says, "Oh, hello, I'm just closing up, but if I could help you with something if you'd like before I finish up, what can I do for you?"
I really appreciate that. I came across a very nice ornate box as a gift from a friend, and I don't really have much use for it since I'm a traveler. I was looking to sell it. Would you be interested?
Of course, let me see it.
I reach into my bag of holding and gently draw it out and sort of hand it over to him.
Yeah, he takes it. Just roll a quick check as he looks at it closely. Whoops. Well, everyone saw that. Didn't mean to do that. But, yeah, he looks at it and says, "Oh, it seems to be nice quality, I could probably take this for 50 gold pieces."
Would you do 65?
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 18.
18. Looks at it again. Looks back at you. Yes. 65 works. Here. We are trying to close up. Please, take this off your hands. He hands you the 65 gold and says, enjoy your night.
Smile and... I kind of give him a look and it's like, I kind of look at him and like, is there a reason we should be enjoying our night?
Oh, you'll see. And he just like ushers you out and closes the door behind you.
Get out of a nice box. 65 gold for a nice box. That seems like a decent deal.
Yeah.
Or if I had gotten a better roll, would I have got like a couple hundred out of that?
Couple hundred.
I don't know about that.
Alright. With that, I think it's time to head to. That didn't sound suspicious.
Here's where it's something just very mundane or very nice. Like, yeah, at night is when we have the fireworks.
And we're all just like absolutely freaking out because we've been living in the wilderness for too long.
Yeah, like we're just paranoid.
Constant explosions outside.
The distant explosions.
That wouldn't be anything new. Well, actually, no. The explosions are usually closer to us.
Gently strokes my dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's go and shall we head to the.
Wasn't the tavern area that was called like the something?
The tavern that you were referred to is
in
called
Shady
the Fizzy
Creek.
Wheel.
No, I think he's meaning the one in Shady Creek was like the powder keg or something like that.
No. I'm on about the one here because like when you mentioned sizzles, I've like sizzles surprises whatever. Like that reminded me of the first place. Was that the fizz hole? Did you say
The Fizzing Wheel.
Fizzing Wheel? That's why I called him Fizzle, not Sizzle. I was nothing.
Different names, different shops.
Indeed.
Cool.
All right, well, let's head to the Fizzy Wheel and rent a couple
Fizzing
rooms.
Wheel.
Yeah.
Walk a few more blocks as the sun finally starting to set. You do eventually find a sign for the Fizzing Wheel, and you guys enter the small tavern. It's mostly empty. You see there's one older gnomish fellow face down on a table with a mug next to him, sitting there, seems to be unconscious. And behind the bar, also seemingly unconscious, is a large, like, very, I'm losing the word, but bulky, I think, a dwarven man who seems to also be passed out over the bar, snoring very loudly.
Oh.
I kind of walk up to the counter and just sort of gently tap on it. It's like, excuse me?
Oh, guest. Sorry, welcome to the Fizzing Wheel. Rarely get people in this time of day, but, I guess we're getting closer to night enough. I probably should have been woken up. Anyway, what can I do for you fine folks?
And I glance back and it's like, how many rooms have got in?
Sorry, what was that?
I kind of glance back at the rest of the party. It's like, so how many rooms we want tonight, guys?
Depends how many are spare. We survived with 2 before, but...
I kind of turn back and was like, how many rooms you got available?
I could set you up with a room apiece. I've got 4 different rooms, easy enough.
Kind of look back, it's like, you guys want that?
Also, you don't enjoy our night. Do we don't trust that? We don't trust.
I kind of glance back and it's like, will that help us enjoy our night?
Well, I mean, you don't want to be in your rooms if you're going to enjoy your night.
I kind of glance back and like, that answers a lot. It's like, I kind of look at it's like,
I have more questions.
could you explain further? We're new to the town, so we don't really know what's the deal.
The second you say you're new to the town, he just smiles and says, give it a little bit longer. You'll see soon enough.
I kind of go into okay. I
Okay.
kind of look.
How much do the rooms cost? That's a good question.
For the 4 rooms, it'll be about 5 silver apiece, so 2 gold total.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I kind of smile and it's like,
guys,
so, you first.
I was just gonna say you guys pay him the total. 2 gold can come from
I'll do
any of you.
I'll cover
Alright,
it.
you pay the total. And it says, and yeah, whatever you'd like.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, unless there's anything else, he looks at you and says, can I get you a drink to start the night? We got fairly decent selection of wines, liquors, and beers, if you like.
I smile even wider at that. It's like, get me something. Get me your house special.
Glad you asked. He moves behind the bar, reaches under, pulls out a seemingly innocuous bottle. It looks very well made, very nice. Pours like a shot of this. Hold on 1 second. Yes, pours a strong shot of this clear liquor with little bits of green in it and slams it down in front of you and says, "This is my special fuse concoction. Nice strong liquor, a few herbs in there to really get the energy going and get you ready for tonight."
How much?
Not too much. 5 silver a shot.
You know what? Deal.
I don't think anyone's going to tell us what's tonight. We're just going to find out the proper way.
I pass him 5 silver, take the shot, and just neck it.
Yeah, you down it. It is a very strong, burning liquor with like a hint of like, just a hint of like, almost like a mint, like aftertaste to it. That herb, but like an herby mint aftertaste to it, rather than like sort of artificial. But almost like a kind of like a mojito almost. But yeah. Kind of like a mojito in a shot, kind of.
Throwing that much.
Yeah,
like
no, not quite.
I neck the shot and just go, oh, that's really good.
Yeah. He smiles and nods and says, "It's Humper Duke's specialty. Gets you drunk and keeps you going all night."
I kind of grin and it's like, I could probably do with a bottle of that for the road.
He sort of smiles and says, "I got a few spare bottles to sell you if you'd like."
Come back to you on that. Might want to grab one on one way out of town.
Nods to you and says, "Pleasure doing business."
Likewise.
And at that, you can see through the cracks in the door that the sun finally sets in the distance, and it finally dark settles over the city of Harperduke. And a few moments later, the sounds of explosions start to resound in the night.
Yay, explosions!
You're screaming coming from outside as just some sound close, some sound far away. So it sound like they're happening throughout the city. The screaming, some of it seems to be right out the streets, but also right in the streets outside of the tavern you're in. But also throughout the rest of the city, just loud screaming at various voices. And the explosions, there's just a cacophony of noise, almost.
When you say screaming, like...
We're talking screams of fear, or are we talking, like, screams of excitement?
From what you can tell, give me insight checks real quick.
That's a 10.
12.
22!
Oh, thank you.
Thank God.
For the most part, for the rest of you, it just sounds like screams. Tartaros, it sounds like a mix of both. Excitement and fear, and yeah, and the explosions just drown some of the screams out, and it's just hard to tell what's happening. And as you sort of, do you guys try and head outside?
I kind of glance back at the guys, like, back at the barkeep. He's like, should we go outside? Is that safe? Or... because that doesn't sound safe.
He sort of has a grave face on and says, only if you'd like to enjoy yourself.
I kind of glance at the others and says, I'm gonna go and have a look. And I kind of poke my head out the door and see what I can see.
You go to poke your head out the door, and that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
I hate you. You absolute sod. I saw it coming a while away, but you absolute sod.
This whole fucking thing has been building up to what this night is. You fucked.
I saw it coming a mile away, but you absolutely
I figured.
bastard. Oh, fuck. Well,
I hope you guys all enjoyed the session.
yeah.
I think it's been a long time since we had like a pure roleplay session like that.
Yeah, it's been
Definitely.
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll find
Right.
out what's happening in the town, the city of Upperduke next time.
Indeed.
We're gonna enjoy our night.
Damn right.
Right, well, I'm going to go and wrap up stream. I'll be back in a second.
Bye, stream.
All right, well, that is the end of tonight's session. Yeah, it was fun. Had a really good time. We'll be back with this ideally next Thursday, unless something comes up and we have to reschedule. Reschedule. Tomorrow I should be back with more Pokemon Renegade Platinum. And then at the weekend, we've got some nice stuff coming up that's still a little bit of a secret. You'll have to tune in on Sunday to see what's going on. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed watching us dick about in our campaign. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.